The main part of this video was recorded a few days ago when Josh Hazelwood from Australia was ranked the number 1 T20I bowler and Rashid Khan from Afghanistan was ranked number 2. And before I got on to editing this video, things changed and the rankings switched. But the conversations I had with Jamie Alter in this video are so invaluable and they're so full of insight, I had to find a way to salvage it. Today on this video, I'm so happy to welcome Jamie Alter. Well, I know him as Jamie Alter, but we have to call him James Alter. That's the official name, I'm told. Jamie, welcome on my channel.
Thank you, sir. Lovely to be here. Never thought that I would be on a show like this because I do a very sort of different kind of show, and I'm a little bit intimidated by the general nature of the kind of videos that you do. That's not to say that what you do is not important. It's vastly important, and I do from now and then without your probing. Try to follow what you're doing. But क्योंकि ये बिल्कुल शोएब अख्तर की बाउंसर की तरह मेरे सर से ऊपर जाता है, I'm probably the last person I would have thought would be called on this show.
पहले तो ये बात है, Jamie, you're the first person who's ever going to be featured on any of my videos, and I have not even referred to as a show. Normally show कहते हैं, मैं तो इसलिए channel बोलता हूँ, मेरे channel में पहली बार आ रहे हो, So I am so happy and fortunate to have someone like you. The T20 internationals, in T20 internationals, the number 1 ranked bowler apparently this is Josh Hazelwood. He's the number 1. So first, go through the statistics and help me and our viewers understand what all these numbers are. Okay, I tried to understand. I tried to break my head on BBI, but I waited for you to go with this first row for us.
Okay, first of all, before we start, if any of your viewers are not aware what tool you are using, this is Crick Info, which for countless cricket fans for the better part of 30 odd years has been the online destination, not just for analysis, but for things which Mr. Paul Raj is showing to you on our screen. Stats, data. Cricket is such, like all sports, but cricket's reliance on data to interpret, to solve arguments, and just to tell a story is so linked to stats. And it's with a very, very sad and heavy heart that I have to say that the person who founded this lovely tool, Stats Guru, Travis Basevi, he just passed away very recently. And I think the fact that, sir, you and I are using this tool, we owe a lot to a man like Travis, because had he not in the early to mid 90s sat down and built this tool, I don't think we would be having this show right now. But to get back to your question, this is the span, means since 2013 to 2022, Josh Hazelwood has been playing international T20s. He's played 39 matches. In every of those 39 matches, he has bowled every single time. Often, you will see that the matches and the innings do not have the same result. More in the case of batsmen, because oftentimes, if you're a middle order batsman or a lower middle order batsman, you will not bat in every innings. But such is Josh Hazelwood's importance in this Australian team that he has been required to bowl at least once in all those innings. Goes without explanation, he's bowled 146.4 overs, he's bowled 4 maidens, he's conceded 1,124 runs from those 146.4 overs, he's taken 56 wickets, BBI, best bowling in an innings. I often just drop the I when I'm making I say best bowling or I say best. His best figures in an innings are 4 for 12. His average is 20.07. Now, for the uninitiated, इसका मतलब है you divide the total number of runs यानी कि 1124 by the wickets taken 56 to come to average. Average, viewers, is how many runs you have conceded per every wicket taken.
एक मिनट. So it's the number of runs conceded divided by number of wickets.
The number of wickets. How many runs do you concede before you take your first wicket?
Okay. So if you say 20
down, that's what it is.
So when you say Josh Hazelwood average, his average is 20.07, is it fair to say that, before one wicket is taken on an average, he is going to concede 20 runs? Is that a fair way of interpreting that?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. That, which is why a number like 20.7 is
0.7.
It's okay. It's 20.07. It's not great, because in T20, you only get to bowl 24 balls, right? Now, if you're going to take a wicket after giving 20 runs, I would say Josh Hazelwood would probably like that number to be between 12 and 15, to be honest.
Okay, while this is Josh who's number one, I just also have the number one spearhead for similar record for the number one bowler from Pakistan. This is Shahinshah Afridi. His average is 25. Okay, so that means the way you defined his he's going to concede 25 runs per wicket, and our number one spearhead bowler Jasprit Bumrah is not too far away from Josh Hazelwood's average, right? He's going to concede about 20 runs per wicket. So that's how average is defined?
Yep, exactly.
Okay. Now tell us, go on with this economy.
Okay, so since we're talking about T20Is, because the T20 World Cup is going on, for the viewers, in case you are not aware, from these three average, economy, strike rate, these are the three metrics which have the most weightage when it comes to bowling. Okay, but of the three, even here there's a hierarchy. Look at the middle one as the most important. Look at the third last one, strike rate, as the second most. And I would say you could discard the average where it comes to bowling in T20s and batting, because it is the least important metric of these three. The one
Why do you say that? Why do you say that average is the least important when it comes to T20? Or is it some other format that's more important? Why would you say that?
It is way more important in Test cricket because it is linked to how many deliveries and how many overs you end up bowl in a match, right? In a T20 match, the maximum you can bowl is 24 deliveries. That is 4 overs, right?
Right.
And it's such a fickle game that this number will go up and down, and it'll be on the high thing. Which is why you look at Test cricket, the format which I know for a fact you love the most and in which you are the most heavily invested. Just like my father was, and just like I was. You look at someone like a Curtly Ambrose or a Waqar or Wasim. Inka jo average, jo 21-22 ke aaspaas hai, Malcolm Marshall. These are the bowlers which are called truly great. When you see a bowler, and I mean no disrespect, who's taken 300, 400 wickets, which is that's an incredible achievement. But when you see their averages in excess of 30, a proper fan will be like, ha yaar, yahan could be better, right? Because
he's conceding so many runs per wicket, 30 runs per wicket.
Exactly. So the less runs you concede, the greater bowler you are. But in T20, where in your 4 overs, your chances are of you getting slammed, it's not so important. You want to see the second column, that is economy. Bowler kitna run de raha hai per over, right? Now, just to rewind, when we're talking about average, we are dividing the number of runs conceded by the number of wickets taken, right? To come to economy, you divide that 1124 by the overs bowled, 146.4. आपने वो रन जो दिए, आपने कितने गेंदे डाल के, कितने ओवर डाल के आपने वो runs दिए. Now, for Josh Hazelwood, whose primary role, viewers, is to bowl up front in the power play, where there are fielding restrictions. If you're bowling in the power play, chances are you are going to give more runs because of the lack of fielders outside the circle, right? Correct. And Hazelwood often, especially under MS Dhoni at Chennai Super Kings, Josh Hazelwood became a much better death bowler. But death mein batsman is looking to smack you out of the park 4 times out of 6, right? So if you have a cumulative career economy of 7.66, that is brilliant. Very, very, very good. Now, it's weird that the average does not necessarily reflect the economy rate. When you're bowling in the power play and at the depth, let's say 2 and 2 or 3 and 1, to only go for 7.66 means that Josh Hazelwood is doing something very, very good. The bowlers in T20 who are regarded the best, a Rashid Khan, a Mujib, these kind of bowlers, their economy is probably 6.3 to 6.6, if I'm not mistaken. That is testament to their sheer genius.
I'm so happy you brought that up because I had kept it for a separate another question, and this is Rashid Khan's
Correct.
economy, and these are his
Correct.
records, and you're right. He's ranked 2. My question was something else, but I'd let you speak because you're comparing
But
something
just
between.
since you brought up Rashid Khan,
Hmm.
6.22 this is phenomenal.
Hmm.
This is testament to the man's consistency, his strikeability, his all-around just skill. Lekin he does not bowl as much in the power play, and he rarely bowls at the death. This number also shows that he's coming on to bowl at a time where wickets have fallen, or the batsmen are perhaps not going as gung-ho as they would. This is why his economy is 6.22. The chances of Josh Hazelwood or a Bumrah or a Shaheen being 6.22 are far less because they bowl in the power play and at the death. Likki le lo mujhse, and I have no statistical evidence to back this up, but had Rashid bowled in the situations where Hazelwood, Shaheen Afridi, and Bumrah bowl, Likki lijiye, it would not be 6.22, it would probably be 7.2.
This conversation will continue in the second part. Don't miss it.